Hello everybody, welcome back to Robot Tech. My name is Scouter75. Unbounded, you didn't wave, unfortunately. No. And my name is Scouter75. And today is the monthly annual get-together of shindigs with, this is a podcast where we talk about video games, video game topics. And today we have 4 very special guests. We're going to start with none other than my co-host and future Fortnite player, Beskar Snake. How are you?
I was fine until you said that.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to... By the way, so I just want to go through last year. You know, I was listening to the audio of this audio last year, and I was like, you're going to play Fortnite. And look, a year. And sure enough, you're going to be playing Fortnite.
You still haven't done it yet.
Yeah, future Fortnite player, Beskar Snake. And then we have the king of podcasts besides me, KingKongRong 25. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Well, thanks for having me back.
Co-hosts of other podcasts besides, you know, he ran the reign. After our podcast, he just took off. I send careers off and running. It's great. And we joke about it. It's a great time. And then the person who plays Dead by Daylight more than I am alive, Unbounded 13. UnboundedMoo. I'm sorry. I tried to think of nicknames for all of you, and I couldn't think of one for Unbounded without being like, you know. And yeah, so we're here. We're talking about our year of goal setting and game of the year, and so as usual, and we're a little late. I'm sorry, it was my fault mostly. Recently, real quick, what games have you guys played recently that you enjoyed? We'll start with Beskar Snake.
Wow, just put me on the spot.
Yeah, right away. You're the co-host. You're used to this.
Been playing actually played and beat Super Mario RPG, the remake. Playing, of course, plenty of Metal Gear Solid. Playing just a whole myriad of other things, as always. Just sort of A Bug's Life, or no, Bug Fables. That game is awesome. By the way, for anybody who likes turn-based RPGs, I highly recommend checking out Bug Fables. It's a very good, heavily inspired by like Paper Mario, that kind of art style, that kind of feel, that kind of move sets and things like that, and they do a really good job of making their own kind of version of that type of genre. But yeah, other smatterings here and there. Just a bunch of really good games. So, yeah.
Fantastic. KKR, I know you've been playing Beaver Simulation. I don't even know what it was. Beavering. You're beavering away over there lately.
Yes, actually, I'll be streaming that tonight. It's Timberborn.
Timberborn, that's right.
It's like City Skylines with beavers and many double entendre jokes.
I just love the fact that, like, that's the thing. It's just silly and goofy. It's just, I'm referencing, like, back to me and Beskar Snake's podcast with Zach Fierce, you know, Skatefish, and, like, these, like, wacky games that are just obscure like that. Anyways, anything else that you've been playing?
In 2023, I played a lot of Diablo 4. Played a lot of. I'm recently playing a lot of the finals. I just started Super Mario Wonder, and I don't know if this counts as a new game for 2023, but in terms of game modes, I'm playing a lot of Lego Fortnite.
Nice. I still have to yet do that. Yeah, waiting on you. Cool. Well, Unbounded, what have you been playing recently, even though I know this answer?
Yeah, let's not lie to each other. A lot of DBD.
See, I told you.
So much Dead by Daylight. But I did pick up Palio this year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's been something.
Nice.
Been something. It's pretty fun, honestly. It is pretty fun.
Nice. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more streamers and stuff play it, and it's fun to like tell them like, oh, by the way, it's on the Switch, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's on the Switch. I'm excited. Well, it's nice to have like that option of just obviously like those like relaxing games to like have a handheld one of it, especially like Bear and Breakfast and like those chill, relaxed games.
And this one syncs your stuff. So
yeah.
you can play it on the go, and when you get home to your computer, it'll be updated to where you are now.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do love cozy games these days. Like sometimes you just want to just chill out and play games and just let go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't have to focus. Don't have to think too much. Don't have to.
It is really nice.
Yeah, this a game I just bought recently. I haven't played it, but it's like, was it Unbounded like Shred Aquarium? It was like aquarium.
Sim Aquarium?
Chill Aquarium.
Chill Aquarium. Yeah, it looks like I don't know if you guys remember like in elementary school. It kind of looks like the old like retro style of you start as a teeny tiny fish and then you eat a smaller fish and grow.
Like Spore.
I was just gonna say, are you talking about Spore?
Oh, well, it was back in the day, Spore, when I was a little tiny Scouter Swan 5, and
that's called Snake. Duh.
Fair. I'm not that old. Come on. But man, it kind of reminds me of that game, and I wish I knew that game what it was back in the day, or to play it again because that was fun. I did tell Beskar Snake. I picked up. Was it Combust? Was it the computer game where it's like you build some stuff and oh boy, I'm on the spot myself. It's like those puzzle games, and it's man, I'm blanking. It's on Good Old Games that it was like just released.
Oh, The Incredible Machine?
The Incredible Machine, thank you. Sorry. I'm blanking. But I launched that game, and now I'm a college graduate, and man, those puzzles still stump me, and I'm in the beginner level, so it's a fun
Have you
time.
ever gone back and played old school Math Blasters? Holy
I still have the discs.
I played,
discs.
We had it on Super
CDs.
Nintendo. And I remember, years ago, going back to it and being like, I don't know what 400 divided by 92 is. Get out of here. Like, I'm like, holy cow, if you ramp that difficulty up, it takes off quick.
Yeah. And, Combustible Machine is fun to... It's a very loud game. I will recommend turning it, like, your volume at, like, 10%, but... because it blasts my ears and there's no settings. Back in the day, we didn't have settings, apparently. But anyways, besides that, well, I've been just tinkering that off the side. Besides that, I've been playing Sea of Thieves religiously. I need to stop. Also, pretty much as well, this when I mentioned last year, when I was listening to the audio, I mentioned Trackmania, and I'm still playing Trackmania. Unbound is gonna probably hate me forever now, because I play Trackmania and she does not like me playing it. So it's a fun time.
I don't like watching it. Let's be more clear. I don't care what you're playing.
You better get off that Trackmania.
Apparently,
it'll just put you in the streets. You'll be in the gutter.
Look, I paid. Well, they changed the subscription fee, and I think they changed it just recently with the new update to a little bit more affordable. But at the time, I paid like the more expensive one, $20 a year. So I'm using that $20 to my good use. But so.
Okay, sorry to interrupt the podcast, but I want to let everyone know, actually, Scouter, this isn't a podcast. This is a Trackmania intervention for you.
Yeah, honestly, please.
So we're here to help you.
It's ridiculous of how much I play Trackmania.
I mean, I pay $20 a month for Fortnite, so...
And I'm playing
actually,
Fortnite for you.
I actually enjoyed watching him play Trackmania a couple weekends. if nothing else, it's two things. One, he goes in depth on like the tracks, specific turns, like what techniques he uses. But also seeing get frustrated is kind of entertaining.
Oh, it's oh my god! I think you could get me up there if you wanted me to with that game. Anyways,
I had this one stream where you were I forgot who asked you the question, but they asked you a question about the track, and as you were explaining it, you like wiped out. So like your facial expression changed while you kept composure.
Yeah.
Your facial expression changed while you were talking about the track.
You just saw a little bit of soul dying.
Especially like I remember one time it was like 3 tracks in a row, and I think I showed KKR when he was watching 3 tracks, 3 days in a row where it's just nonstop violence of like, oh my god, these tracks are whoever built these is a 5-year-old, and it's somehow it's a track of the day.
Is that where the hole in the wall came from?
Basically, I mean, yeah. Let me tell you, it's just.
I love KKR leaning in to look for the hole that is not in the wall.
I was like, wait a minute.
I appreciate you so much.
That's why we're here.
That was great. Thank you.
So,
for that.
anyways,
I appreciate it.
By the way, random news, real quick. Today was, and Beskar Snake kind of mentioned this to me a while ago, but Prison Architect 2 was announced today. So, and it's 3D. You could build floor. I don't know how I feel about it. I saw it, and I'm gonna probably pick it up, obviously. But
let's be real. You're gonna.
I'm gonna still gonna pick it up. I'm gonna still pick it up. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about this game as you're buying.
As I literally had the notification. I knew. Well, you kind of mentioned it, and then I was like, where will Prison Architect go at this point? They can keep making mod DLC and stuff, but yeah, you can make floors now. It's 3D, which I don't know. That's, to me, I'm like, man, I just like the aesthetic retro feel to it. I mean, I'll probably still play the other one, but like I said,
you're gonna have one on one monitor, the other on another monitor,
and just play both.
You pre-ordered it while we're talking right now.
I didn't. I barely even saw the trailer. I was in meetings all day, and I was like, "Come on, I need to get this over. I know it's like Prison Architect 2 because they had a preview of what Prison Architect, and I think I just right before this podcast saw the developer talk, they have a YouTube video of the developer talking about it. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited for what that entails. And anyways, this is not what we're talking about. Sorry, what?
I just added it to my wish list.
Yeah, you better. No, it's now. Well, thanks to Unbounded, it's now my third. It was my top most played games, and now it's Dead by Daylight and Sea of Thieves. Thanks, Unbounded. I blame you. I hate it. But it was basically my number one for a long time, and it's still up there as my most played game. So if you haven't played it, please. Oh my god, it's so good. But that's not what this podcast is about today. This podcast, we're gonna cover our goals that we obviously accomplished. Obviously, all of you.
Yes, let's get to that. I'm excited.
I'm not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, buckle up, friends.
Shortest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Oh darn! Everything crashed.
Everything is dandy. We're just gonna start at the bottom. Who I put this on since. So KKR.
Yeah. Wait, why am I at the bottom?
Well, I meant from when I typed this out.
Because I'm a top.
You were last. You were last year, so now you're first this year. So that's my excuse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my podcast demonetized.
or monetized.
Yeah. Who brought this girl along?
This is going on a different website.
I can't wait to see what my clients and colleagues say after watching me on this podcast.
Thanks.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Who is
Sorry,
this girl?
not sorry.
So KKR, I'm just gonna cover your goals.
Yeah.
Last year, and I'm not. I didn't. I just left it as other charities. I think you actually said a certain charity.
Yep.
So I'm gonna just leave that out because I'm not sure if you did it, but you did. You were thinking of doing a charity last February. Prepare for ELU, which we're just gonna skip over that one. Play more Fall Guys, Mario Kart for preparing for ELU, more tournaments. So we're gonna get back to that, Beskar Snake, and that. So don't worry, you're not out of trouble yet. More poker tournaments, Beskar Snake again, and then Fortnite related thing.
Yes.
Based on that was your goal of 2023. So what have you accomplished with that list?
So for 2023, I did get to work with more charities, but that's also because, I work with other charities now with my company. So it was, I work with the Easter Seals, so they're an organization that advocates for and creates spaces for people with disabilities. And I help them run or produce a pro Rocket League tournament in December. Nice. So we had some big teams, like NRG and Dignitas and Liquid, all participate. It was great. That was, I think one of my bigger accomplishments working with other charities from last year. I don't know if I really streamed for anybody besides Extra Life, though, last year. It was more like my Twitch streaming was for Extra Life, and like everything else I did with my company was just totally separate.
Yeah, you started a new business, right? So, that's a pretty big accomplishment, and
I'd say so.
A little bit more than, no offense, everyone here, but probably more so than anyone sitting here is
none
even
taken
that can anyone can accomplish, and so that's impressive. And
well, one other charity I worked with was the Esports Trade Association. So I'm on their fundraising committee, and I helped run their Extra Life program. And their first year, just under $3,000, which not bad for a company that doesn't know anything about streaming, ironically, because it's all about esports. But there's a difference between, I learned the hard way that there's a difference between knowing esports as like a live event with like facilities and whatnot versus like the world of content creation and streaming, but still their first run was like about $3,000. Looking forward to another successful year this year with them. But yeah, I think there's a lot of charities I want to do work with this year as well.
Nice.
But yeah, let's skip ELU for last year. It wasn't.
Yeah. Sure.
It was that was a bit of an ordeal.
Yeah. I'll skip that one.
But more tournaments. I don't think I really took part in any other tournaments last year, although I would have loved to.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Sorry. I shouldn't be so hard on Beskar Snake. I'm so sorry.
I don't remember what the specific Fortnite-related thing was, but...
I think you just said, I want to do a Fortnite. You didn't really, explain. You just oh, maybe that's kind of like an idea. It wasn't like...
It was footage from last year. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It was like a Fortnite Fridays kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, making more of a regular thing.
Or I think you were thinking of a tournament, since I think we were talking about tournaments, and then...
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was part of... so Good for Gaming had, an informal, I guess, Valentine's Day tournament, where it was like a duos tournament. So a bunch of
and then
friends got together. No, I couldn't find a partner.
Oh, that's three people right here, but... Well,
yeah,
well, 2.5.
I asked.
I'll take a half.
Well, I already knew two of you were already partnered for something, so I didn't want to horn in on the couple.
So, I'm sorry, what'd you say there?
They were already paired up, so I didn't want to, get in between them.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's see.
Unless y'all wanted me to, and that's a different thing altogether.
Still the top.
I'll catch you guys later. Send me a text when...
I mean, I know we have other friends that I could have played with, but I did reach out to them, and they just weren't available.
Fair.
They were mean to you?
Yeah. Are we giving?
They ignored me.
All I need is a name and a Polaroid. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, one of the people I asked, her favorite thing is to kidnap people. I think we know who this person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. So overall, you kind of accomplish your goals, I'd say.
Yeah, more or less.
I'll take that. We'll start off with a good.
Yeah.
Yes, KKR accomplished his goals.
Yes.
We're just doing accomplished goals. We're just reflecting on last year. Don't worry, we're gonna get forward to.
Oh, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, don't worry. Start with a high, end with a low. So Unbounded is next on this list. I'm gonna skip the first one because we already mentioned that. Goal around $2,000 for Extra Life, and then other charities.
Right. Well,
So,
last year was kind of rough, I think, for everybody. And because of, ELU, that didn't help. So I actually lowered my goal for last year because I focused kind of more on different charities instead. So last year I raised $1,022 for Extra Life. So still hit my gold medal though, so I'm happy about that.
nice.
And then I did work with CARE last year and raised $330 for them. And then I also did WDC, which is Whale and Dolphin Conservation, and I raised $152 for them on my birthday last year. And then at the end of the year, I did Jingle Jam and raised 180 pounds. So I kind of focus more on the other charities versus Extra Life, I feel. So I kind of
So basically, you're
panned it
saying
out.
you did a ton of awesome work. Nailed it.
I nailed the other charities and the Extra Life thing. Yeah. I did have to lower my Extra Life goal though, but I still got gold and I'm still there and I did good things.
Nice.
And I did raise over my goal. I only had a goal of 1,000, so I still did it. Yeah. I feel accomplished.
Nice.
I raised quite a few pounds during the holidays too, but actually no, I gained a few pounds over the holidays too.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good. I'm gonna go to Beskar Snake next, because it would make sense that
First one?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Since I like always being last. Beskar goal was to win something. I'll skip that one. Hit 10K total, 3 platinum. Working out / fitness for games. So that's why we have the treadmill out, because we decided.
It actually is part of that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's sort of tied in.
Something speedrunning wise? ? More poker streams, and I put a sad face on that one. Eat ham / bacon.
Oh, what?
Because we
Nailed it.
Yeah, eat more ham. And
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Eat more ham and bacon.
Eat
Oh,
more
yeah.
ham. And
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I approve.
Goal achieved. All on top of burgers.
No.
That's
Anyways,
Okay.
what of those did you hit? If all of them, if none of them?
So I did hit the 10,000 for
Nice.
lifetime Extra Life. Currently sitting at just under 10,300. When I first heard about Extra Life, I never thought I'd raise $100, let alone anything that big. As we know, I like little silly trinkets and things like that. So when Extra Life came out with the $10,000 coin, I knew I had to get it. Had to get it.
Yeah.
I was actually at ELU when they announced it there in 2022, and I was like, yeah, we got to get that. And happened to do it because of the support of so many amazing people, which I appreciate every single one of them. And I know all three of you have donated so much over so many years. This will be my 8th year, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I'm pretty freaking proud of that. Platinums, getting 3 total platinums, crushed it, got 9 platinums.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
So
Overachiever.
pretty excited about that. The few that I'm the most happy about are Final Fantasy VII. Finally went back, got that platinum. Batboy, which that game will come up in a little while again, but that game is absolutely fantastic. Spider-Man 2, really fun platinum. And then only for the first Metal Gear Solid, but I did get the platinum trophy for the first Metal Gear Solid as part of the Master Collection. So those are some of the platinums that I'm really happy about, really wanted to focus on getting. Working out, fitness for games. Finally got the treadmill downstairs. That was fun. Should have streamed that, because that would have been hilarious. There's heavy sarcasm in that. But hey, nobody died. As you can see, there's no blood stains on the carpet from people getting smashed or anything.
That we know
That
of.
we know of, yeah. He cleaned it up
That's all
pretty
we have
well
time
then.
for today. Bye, everybody.
It's like, what's that suitcase behind the...
See you next year!
By the chair there.
That is actually the Borderlands 3 Diamond Loot Crate Collector's Edition box.
What a nerd.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're darn right I'm a nerd.
I also said you were a nerd last year. It was a great time. Anyways.
But anyway, my original plan was to do some on the exercise bike that we have, but I was never able to find some of the equipment that I was looking for to try to get like an odometer on screen for stream, so that way I could keep track of how many miles I had ridden or something like that. Still kind of working on that. That was one of the biggest excuses that I used for not doing things on stream. The reason that, as Scouter pointed out, that there's a question mark next to the speed running is because I was going to try to tie those two together.
To be fair, you did say something speedrunning related. You didn't specify, so that's why.
Yeah, I do remember specifically because I wanted to try to do some kind of play on words of speed running while speed biking, or just something along those lines. Like, hey, what's the fastest time I can beat this game while riding a stationary bike or on a treadmill or something? Yes, you look like you have an idea.
Well, you could do what people also do is like Dark Souls on the Dance Dance Revolution pad, but you play Metal Gear Solid on the Dance Dance Revolution pad.
I'm going to feel terrible, and I'm actually going to look it up.
I don't know how you would set that up, though.
I want to make sure I give proper credit. Hang on. So Kitty Roar actually beat Metal Gear Solid 1 on a DDR pad.
Nice. Okay,
Ooh.
Guitar.
Absolutely.
Guitar Hero. Guitar.
Absolutely incredible to watch.
Crazy,
It's
though.
so cool. By all means, go check that out because it is freaking awesome.
I bet.
I know some people that can't beat that game with a controller.
What is
But,
your best time on Metal
my
Gear Solid?
best time. Oh man, it's been too long since I was focusing on getting the platinum for it. I wasn't doing as much speed running, but I'm going to keep talking and stalling while I double check and look that up really fast because I'm definitely not stalling because who would ever do that?
Yeah, we never look stuff up on the fly and forget.
No,
to,
absolutely
prepare
not.
for this
Always
podcast, ever.
completely under control, completely prepared. I'm actually just looking through my Rolodex of everything that is
What's a Rolodex?
that strong. Exactly. That's the proper response. I'm not stalling anymore, I promise. Maybe
You
I
want
should
me,
just do this.
You want me to? We could come back to it.
Oh, no. It would help if in my... Wait, what? Anyway, well, that was... Oh, that's why. Again, I'm just talking, and I'm letting you know my thought process as I speak, because my best time so far is 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 55 seconds.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
I mean,
So you
that
should
is
run.
for...
I'm thinking you should use the treadmill to the equivalent of whatever time you record on your next speed run.
I don't like you, because that's a really good idea.
That is a good idea.
I don't like you at all right now. I used to like you. I used to like you a lot. I'm gonna die.
We're gonna see it
Well,
here
no,
first, like podcast.
Doesn't that incentivize you to run
Get
to
good.
run the game faster?
Yeah.
Yes,
good.
absolutely. Yeah. The sad part is the scary thought about that is currently in that category, the world record holder is 56 minutes 12 seconds, and that's still a lot of time on a treadmill. Yeah. I'll have to look at any percent though, because the I've never ran any percent. I actually, in order to try to get the platinum faster, I started working on the any percent speed run.
Yeah.
Because I didn't need to beat everything. I just needed to get to certain points. So maybe that'll be something that I'll explore this year.
Oh, I'm not saying you should run like an alpine course on your treadmill for an hour. It can be a nice, leisurely stroll.
Yeah. One game that I forgot to mention that does tie into all of this is I did start doing Ring Fit Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, earlier today, right before this, I did my 21st day. That's not in a row. There have been rest days in there, but I have been doing that for 21 days. So I think that'll help me to get more motivated to get more on that devil machine there. But anyway, back to as always. I mean, I know we've never derailed on this podcast, so sorry for the first time. I apologize.
Yeah, rude.
More poker streams. I don't know why Scouter put that in there, because I definitely didn't say that last year as
I could clip it.
a goal. Nope, not possible. No,
I have editing skills, sir. I could throw it in right now. And here's him last year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not editing that.
Oh, close. But no, that is something that I do want to focus on this year. I would absolutely love to have all of you again for more poker tournaments.
I'm down.
Just multiple games. I want to talk to some people of maybe creating some sort of prize for said games. Even if it's rotating. Every month or every couple months, we have a little tournament. Whoever wins it, all right, you ship the bracelet, which is a common poker thing for anybody that follows poker, or some little trophy or something like that. So that is something that did not happen last year, but I want to do better this year on getting behind that. Eat more ham and bacon, like I said, crush that.
Easy.
Absolutely. Actually had bacon on my soup earlier today, so already starting off 2024 real strong
Nice.
in the bacon front.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So I overall pretty proud. Like I said, the $10,000 mark is something that I never thought I'd get anywhere close to. So to finally accomplish that was really awesome. The platinums. I always enjoy completing games because, as I've talked about before, I have a very difficult time of new shiny game. So to actually finally hone in and fully platinum a game is a good rewarding accomplishment in my opinion. So yeah, I'd say a relatively successful year overall. Like Unbounded said, it was kind of tough for raising money. And I know a lot of that falls on me, just not streaming as much, not doing as much out there, reaching out as much. But I just know around charities and even outside of Extra Life and other charities, it just I think it was just a tough year for a lot of people, and there's a lot of support out there, but just not as many people could provide that financial support. And hey, that's okay. People who stop by and just say, hey, that's awesome support right there. So
indeed. So mine, I'm just gonna look in. It's different charities.
I think you missed one.
This year,
there's one
that I Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
What about Metal Gear Solid?
I'm supposed to beat it.
Back every year.
Here we go again. Here we go. Didn't do that. I did get past a very difficult boss. You remind me the boss who I beat, the guy who goes invisible.
I believe the last one you beat was Psycho Mantis, one of the greatest boss fights in the history of video games.
But hard.
It's very tough, especially if you haven't played the game before. And so now, I can't blame you there.
So now I'm in tunnels and trying to figure out where to go. It was the last time I remember playing that game. So I was happy with finally beating him, and it is overall a challenging game, and yeah. I will
it is
get
not
back
easy.
on that. So that one I failed. I'm sorry. I know he's angry at me. So
you
different
didn't fail. You're just still working.
Yeah. No, just taking a long time. Different charities. So as Unbound mentioned, I think I was streaming with you for Care. I did Extra Life, of course. I have also focused on Extra Life, but this year I feel like I didn't really have any incentives, really. I barely put any on. I think I kind of liked Unbounded's idea, and I kind of like that of different what she did is, and what we do sometimes is if we're playing Sea of Thieves, for instance, drop that loot for $25. Specific game entities, so it's I'll remember to do it right then and there kind of thing, versus mail a sticker to Beskar Snake. Well, great, now I gotta remember to mail that sticker to Beskar Snake, spend the money, I know stickers aren't expensive, but spend that money to ship them, and spend the money on stickers so I kind of liked that route, and I kind of focused on that aspect more so. And we, when we did board game day, we did Monopoly, where you could donate to do something, and I think Mario Party as well. You could lose an item that we had. So those specific ones I kind of liked. So I also was with Unbounded streaming for WDC for her birthday. And as well for Jingle Jam is my first year of Jingle Jam. Which Unbound didn't explain. It's 2 weeks of fundraising for selection of charities. You could either select all of them or specific one. Me and Unbounded picked WDC, Whale and Dolphin Conservation. So it was exhausting in a way because it was 2 weeks. I streamed I think every day but one, but that's why this podcast was late, because it was pretty much Jingle Jam and then the holidays. So I was well, I'm not gonna snag up these 3 before the holidays and stuff so. And yeah, this year in specific, well, we'll get to that later, but also the wheel was also my goal. Use the wheel more often, which I didn't do at all. Not gonna lie, it is kind of hard to erase that stuff on there and redo it and erase and redo. I mean, I probably should do it. I spent the money on it, and I kind of like it. But so overall, I'd say overall, compared to these other 3, I did par on my goals this year. I raised at least $500. Definitely way lower than I normally do for Extra Life, but I was happy to like raise money for at least a silver medal. And I think just like having other charities and stuff. Obviously, what Unbound mentioned of that you take away those donations from Extra Life and you're streaming for other charities during that year. So it's like if you add that up, it probably would have hit 1,000 or more money than for your Extra Life. So it as long as we I'm just doing it for fun and trying to raise money. Anyways, so we'll move on to game of the year, and then we'll conclude because it makes my life easier at the end of the year. What was your game of the year of 2023? We'll go with KKR.
Me again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just like, pick someone random over there, and then I looked at you first, so I'm sorry. You got hit again.
Oh, man. I think I'm just going by sheer hours spent, and I think that's a good indication for what I feel is a game of the year. And I play a lot of Diablo for like well over 150 hours.
Nice.
So that's my personal game of the year.
That's it? Like why was it like the game of the year for you?
Didn't I just say so?
Okay, well, fine. Okay.
Because
I didn't know there was more to it than like, oh, the game was good, and like anything specific that made the game like that you liked is what I was getting at.
So, actually, interesting question. What I initially didn't like about the game, I actually grew to enjoy. What I didn't like was when you create a character for a season, and the season lapses, you can't carry that character over to the new season. Right? So it forces you to create a whole new character for each season, which seems like a chore, but really it hasn't been. And what I liked was that it makes me want to try new builds, new classes, just experiment with the new season mechanics. So even though it's kind of annoying at first, I actually grew to enjoy it. I started out with as a necromancer, then I played barbarian, sorcerer, and I just like trying out new things. So for me, that kind of incentive to be creative was a really big part of why I enjoyed that game so much.
Nice, fair enough. Beskar Snake, what was your game of 2023?
So we're going to talk about a few really quick, but I'll go through them fast. So coming in at number 5, we got Gravity Circuit.
Okay.
Awesome game. Another very heavily inspired Mega Man game. Mega Man 0, Mega Man X. Kind of those kind of games. Really fun. Loved it to death. Number 4, we got Spider-Man 2. Awesome game. Awesome boss fights. Cinematic. Feels great. Looks great. Really fun game. Had a blast with it. Got the platinum for it because it was just so much darn fun. Number 3, we got Batboy. Said it was coming back. It's coming back. Super fun game. Again, very heavily Mega Man inspired. A lot more melee related. I love baseball. I love Mega Man. What's not to like? All of the bosses were sports related, so that made a new little fun kind of element that you don't usually see that kind of theme. Like in Mega Man, they're usually animal related in some of them, or element related. So to have kind of sports related bosses was just a fun little twist, a nuance to the game. Got the platinum for that as well. Obviously, had a whole lot of fun. Number 2, Final Fantasy 16. I was wondering if I was gonna like it or not. Moving away even further from the turn-based, like Final Fantasy 15 did. There's a lot of other really good turn-based games. I would love Final Fantasy to return to that turn-based mode for battles. There was a little bit of a discussion online the other day, and I had an idea where I know this would be a nightmare from a coding and development standpoint, but I would love if they kind of followed sort of what Dragon Quest 11 did, where you could play the full game in 3D, or you could play it in 2D pixel art. And what would be really cool is if, again, I know this would be a nightmare and the game file would be enormous, but if you could play it in 3D with the action-based combat, or you could play it in the 2D pixel version with turn-based combat. Like I said, I know that would that'd be two different games in one, but I would love it. But Final Fantasy 16, the story was pretty decent. The characters were incredible. The voice acting was amazing. Like I said, the graphics were beautiful. The gameplay was fun. It didn't. The one thing I will say is it didn't offer a ton of challenge. There's a few points where it kind of had a little bit of a difficulty spike, and then you die a few times, then you'd sort of figure it out and beat whatever boss or enemy there was. So I kind of wish there was a little bit more of an element of difficulty to it. But overall, really solid game. But number one, I think we all saw this coming. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. It's 5 games in one. They're finally accessible on more platforms. You're not stuck to, you got to have a PS3, a PS2, an Xbox 360, whatever it is. You can play them on PC, you can play them on the Switch, you can play them on Steam Deck, you can play them on PlayStation. It's everywhere. Hoping we're going to get a Volume 2 maybe next year, because there's an idea that Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is going to come out this year. Really hope so. Because I will lose all my time in that game because it seems amazing. But yeah, like I said, 5 games that are really awesome. Love them to death. You can get so much of the chronology of Metal Gear Solid in one package, and they're still updating, kind of fixing. Had a bit of a rocky launch. There were some issues here and there that they had, but they're actually working on getting them fixed. But yeah, my game of the year is kind of a cop-out because it's 5 games in one. So
cheated.
But nah, it's one case, it's one file. Boom, nailed it. Somebody else go.
All right, Unbounded. What was your game of the year?
So I don't think I actually played anything that was released last year. Maybe
kind of impressive.
Maybe Palia might be the only thing I played that was actually released within that year. So my game of the year would be limited to like Dead by Daylight or Sea of Thieves, things I actually played. That's awkward. Dead by Daylight was like super frustrating, but I'm gonna play it. I raged the entire time, but I played it. And I have like 750 hours. We're not gonna talk about that.
Told you, more hours than my lifetime.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
So sorry to interrupt the podcast, everyone, but this is actually also an intervention for Unbound.
With I need it.
Dead by Daylight. What makes Dead by Daylight so good to you?
The characters. I mean, the thing is, they're like pay to play, which kind of sucks. Like, you do have to pay for them if you want the licensed characters. Mm-hmm. But that's why I play. Well, to have fun with all the licensed characters.
I was going to say, to be fair, you have 750 hours in the game. It's not like you spend $70 on all these characters or something, and you have 3 hours in the game and you haven't touched it again.
Yes.
So, so at least you're getting that.
You're getting your money's
value. You didn't buy the collector's edition of the game with all the DLC, and you played it for 3 hours, and then just threw the rest of it away and said, I got my money's worth. That's all I need. So
yeah. No, this is a problem. Dead by Daylight is a problem. It's a problem for me.
We're going to intervention to all of you. Beskar Snake with Metal Gear Solid, Unbounded.
I don't have a problem.
With Dead by Daylight.
I have a problem.
I'm with Trackmania, KKR with the Beaver game.
Wait, Unbounded, do you have all the characters for Dead by Daylight?
So I am missing a couple. I think I'm missing 3.
Wow, you call yourself a fan?
Disappointed.
Yeah.
I can't believe you even said that might be your game of the year, and you're missing 3 of the characters.
Ooh,
yeah,
I know a game of the year for you, Unbounded. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I would think. But that technically wasn't released
23?
yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't just released,
That
and I
wasn't
only
just
played
like-
a couple
We
hours.
should
of
play
it,
again
so.
because
I don't think I can
I
play
like
it.
How about
I like that game actually
What
more
was-
than about Borderlands 2.
Unbound, what was your favorite character in Dead by Daylight that was released last year?
She's gonna
Nicolas
say
Cage,
Nick Cage.
hands
Yes!
down.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Not Sadako?
I was so excited for that.
That Sadako wasn't released in 23.
I thought she was. I
I
swear.
don't think she was.
I don't think anyone could beat out Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I played him so much.
Yeah, she was released on 22.
Oh, did she? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Well, anyway.
Yeah, no, hands down, Nicolas Cage was the best release of last year.
It was such a well-designed character. And
It
I
sure
love that he
was.
was...
The voice for himself.
Yeah, he totally
Yeah.
committed to the role.
He did. He did
Of course it
excellent.
was. I'm
Yes.
just surprised they got him to voice it. Or, you know.
Are you?
Exactly.
what
Have you seen what he's been doing?
To be fair.
Or used his like snippet of his voice for things.
Yeah.
Or like his rights to use.
Well, he
his
did
voice.
say that nobody could voice him better than him,
Than
and he's
him.
not wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't think he would have been sold as much or made as much money
Right.
if he wasn't voiced himself. Like,
Right.
that really sold it for a lot of people.
I
Absolutely.
mean, for anybody who's watched Basketball and has watched South Park, this made me think of it. In that movie, one of the characters, he actually does the voice of Cartman from South Park in one of the scenes. And you go online and you look that scene up, and there's people in the comments saying, "Oh, that was a terrible Cartman impression," and all that, And of course, there's trolls and stuff. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that go, "Oh, that was a terrible impression." You go, "That's the guy.
that's the guy."
Yeah.
That's the guy that did, like." I haven't played all that much of Dead by Daylight, and what I have played is just the base game, so I haven't played as Nicolas Cage or anything like that. But if someone's like, "Oh, that's a terrible Nick Cage impression," be like, no, it's not an impression. Actually, you're right. It's a horrible impression because it's just the
Nick Cage.
original copy.
It's the guy.
it's just him. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He did great. He did really great.
Nice.
He is one of the rare characters that I went out and bought. That's
Yeah,
love that much.
that's some power right there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people had to buy him. I didn't get to him yet, but anyways.
In due time.
it's okay. I mean, if Unbounded and I are running Nicolas Cage on a lobby, I think that's
Yeah.
plenty of
That's a
Nicolas
lot.
Plenty of Nick Cages. Yeah,
It's a noisy lobby
yeah.
because he is one of the loudest
He
survivors.
talks. Yeah. He has a lot to say.
Why does that not surprise me in the slightest?
Yeah.
I would actually be disappointed if that wasn't the case.
It's like, well, one of his perks, right, is if he sees the killer, he just screams.
Of course he does.
And it's random the amount of times he will scream. Sometimes you're running around and he does it like 5 times.
I'll be honest. If that wasn't the case, if you hadn't told me this, I would say, yeah, this is a terrible Nick Cage impression. Wow. Huh. Who knew?
It's fantastic.
Absolutely my
Anyway.
favorite character.
Hey, Scouter,
Yes.
what was your game of the year for 2016? We'll just pick a random here.
I don't even remember where I was in 2016. So,
for
2023,
favorite game
I
of
would
the
have to go with Barbie Princess and the Goblet of Fire. So you play as Barbie, and then you have to collect a ring from Mount Doom. You got to go to Mount Doom and collect a ring, 5 rings, and then you got to travel back to... by the way, please appreciate that joke. I was in the back of my brain for like months, so please appreciate that one. No? Okay. Resident Evil 4 Remastered. Easy choice. Easy. It's so good, and I have not beaten it yet, so...
I did ask you, game of the year. It's supposed to be a good game of the year, right?
Sure. So it is really well done to the original. It's definitely different in a sense that even if you don't play the original, you have that sense of the original of same little bit different routes of things, which is great because it's like, oh yeah, I remember this area. Just kidding, you don't, because it's redone. So I love that fact for me, because now it's like a new game for me. So I have to finish that. See, I didn't even finish the best game ever, Beskar Snake. So don't
I
even
know you
be
didn't finish Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, so don't feel bad. I didn't finish Metal Gear Solid because I didn't beat Resident Evil 4 yet. So
Metal Gear's been out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, proceed.
Fair enough. Separate Ways got released pretty quickly too. Obviously, I want to finish. I have to figure out on PlayStation. I'll probably buy it on PlayStation, but I don't know. Eventually, I'll probably buy Resident Evil 4 on Steam as well, but I haven't. But yeah, I got the collector's box, and it was a lot of money, but kind of worth. It's like I needed it. Yeah. So yeah, how easy choice. Resident Evil 4 remastered all the time. So real quick, so let's wrap up. Of what goals do you want to do? Obtainable. Keep it obtainable. Of 2024. We'll start with Unbounded, because she has just to go first.
So goals this year, I'm gonna focus on Extra Life. I'll probably only keep it to like $1,000, the gold medal, because I am gonna keep focusing on other charities this year. Already fundraising for like WDC already. So yeah, I'm gonna keep focusing on other charities while also focusing on Extra Life. So I've just kind of lowered my Extra Life expectations, just so I can support those other charities as well, and play other games that aren't Dead by Daylight.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Beskar Snake, what would your goals be?
Kind of related to what you were talking about with some of the stuff that you guys did with like Sea of Thieves and things like that for incentives. This year, I still haven't officially decided yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to sign up for Extra Life through Tiltify, because I really want to do crowd control for a lot of games. There's a lot of support for games that I do enjoy. So I'm like I said, I haven't officially bitten the bullet and done it, but I think I am going to do that, to also push myself to try to play more of a variety of games, and also while being able to get that money donated to charity. Like I know there are other tools for interaction of games, but I know there's a little more generalized. I know you guys did some stuff with that last year, and it was really awesome and really fun to watch, with the screen being changed and buttons being hit and things like that. But yeah, so do more of those kind of incentive-based streams directly with those games that I enjoy. Definitely use the treadmill for some games. I'm trying to do the Ring Fit also to get a little bit up in better shape so that I can do more than like a 20-minute stream and not just keel over and die. You just seem like you're going to say something, Scatter. What's up?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention, too. So this year, and what you could do is, I'm going to help you out, of Just Dance. I did Just Dance this year. I'm a terrible dancer, by the way. It's great. I got so many donations with song recommendations. I got like $25 just on one stream of people donating $5 for Extra Life to play a song on Just Dance. So you can, I think that is a good suggestion for you if you want.
That is a great suggestion, but I can guarantee If not
I
happen.
want to. I will pay a lot of. Oh, put it on a milestone then. Put it as a milestone for Just Dance.
Dang. Okay, I don't like. Okay, KKR Scout.
Beskar Snake
Don't
only
like
likes
either
Unbounded
one of you
today.
anymore.
Yeah.
Unbounded. Do you want to say anything to ruin that?
Yeah.
No, I'll be your new favorite.
Sweet, awesome. Appreciate you. Dang, Scouter. We're gonna have some words
I'm sorry.
off of it. It is a really good idea, but yeah. See, anyway, we won't get into that.
I can't dance either. Don't worry.
But anyway, so finally use that now that we have it down here. Now that I have less of an excuse of, well, I'd have to put my computer upstairs and blah blah blah. Well, now I don't have that excuse anymore. And dang it, it's in the frickin' frame of the camera.
Yeah.
So do that. I'm going to put a very tentative, because I still don't know how much more I'll get back into speedrunning, but I would like to explore some of that a little bit more. Maybe try to do a little bit better with my Metal Gear Solid times. But there are a couple other games that I'm interested in at least attempting to kind of learn. So don't know if I'll get to that or not. I'm not going to put that as a hard cemented rule that is a goal that I have, that if I don't accomplish it, I'm going to chop my leg off or something.
I will. I'm just
I know that's why I'm saying it out loud, because I'm like, well, somebody else will hold me accountable.
Yeah.
And then of course poker streams that I need to get. I need to get back on. I need to just sit down, do it. I need to come up with an idea and run with it. So yeah. Playing games, of course, as always, eat more ham and bacon. I'm not going to put a specific number on platinums this year, but I do at least want to get a few platinums. But just to let you know, Scouter, I think you may have cut your mic out, because I saw you say mouth yap. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
I didn't say it loud.
I didn't want you to start talking after this and it not be working.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna say that. So do some crowd control, do some incorporation with the treadmill and or ring fit and or the stationary bike in with gaming and some streaming, and a few other things.
Sweet. KKR. Go.
For this year, do more cooking streams.
Yes, please. Yes.
I think I'd like to cook some more beef this year.
Can I come over and help? Or if you want to brew, we can set something up right here.
Oh.
We got plenty of space right there for a nice like maybe a whole cow.
Oh my god, no!
I mean, my idea was like, I used to play a lot of Monster Hunter, and there's like a whole, whenever you get a dish in the game, there's like this little mini animation of these cat chefs making these massive dishes. So I wanted to make this one Monster Hunter dish and this big hunk of meat as well.
I think
No offense to our fellow cow avatar, but meat.
You look very concerned about it.
I am.
Unbound now hates KKR.
I went to Summer Games Done Quick last year, and I put up a photo of this bone marrow dish. It was like roasted bone marrow. And I didn't see her face, but I read her reaction, and I could imagine her face. And it was just horrified is how I read her response. It's like, yeah, it's bone marrow from a cow. Do you scrape this pure essence of a cow? And yeah, I think Unbounded didn't speak to me for like a week.
I want to go home.
No,
Wait, hang on. You're not home? Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help.
where are you?
I think I need help.
I need an adult.
But no, the cooking streams for sure.
Yeah.
I actually have a fun Valentine's Day stream that I'm planning with my wife. There's this dating sim that I played last year called Doomsday Paradise. It's kind of like Monster Prop, but it's got like both a co-op and competitive mode. So, I'm going to try to put some donation incentives in there as well, so that donors can alter our choices and pit me and my wife against one another in a dating sim.
Nice.
I think that could be very interesting for people to see.
Good choice of words.
And one of the things I've learned about you all just by reading the responses in our DMs, but also in listening to you all tonight, is we all really want to work with other charities. I think that's in line with what I want to do as well. Not just because I work with other charities, but I also just want to add some sort of meaning to some of the charities I work with. I'll be honest. There's some folks that I worked with in the past. It's just because I liked their merch and I wanted to get that donation incentive. Right, raise $200 and you get like a shirt or a bag or something.
Right.
But in May, I'm going to be working with the Lupus Foundation. I've lost a few family members to lupus over the years, and I thought that I spoke to these folks at TwitchCon last year, and I thought this was something that I think I could really put, my heart into. So, yeah, May will be dedicated to the Lupus Foundation.
A literal hats off to you, sir, for that. That sounds awesome.
Thank you.
That sounds really cool.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see that.
I hate to volunteer us three, but let us know if you need anything.
Absolutely. Heck yeah. You got something planned, I am all for it.
All right. Great.
Yeah. Anyways.
You hear that, viewers? We're all recorded here.
Absolutely.
I volunteered.
I volunteered three people without them saying anything. It's fine.
Hold me to it. Do. Absolutely do, please.
Great.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Fun. So this year, I am gonna just focus on WDC, which I just really enjoyed doing that. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge with it in pounds, but that's like their global headquarters, and I get miles. So I think I mentioned this last podcast, but if I didn't, I think I did. But regardless, new podcast. I'm a pod creator with WDC now, so which is similar to Extra Life, where it's like, I'm streaming for a charity, like with this group of people. It's like the same concept, but for whales and dolphins. So I get some milestone incentives if I raise a certain amount of money. To me, I just felt, I don't know, I just enjoyed. It's just like a new sense for me to like stream for something else, and I feel like a little bit more like passion behind than as weird as that sounds. So, but like, I think that it is going to be is a challenge, but my goal is just like 300 pounds, which I think pretty obtainable throughout the year, but it could always change. And I never really done deep until Tiltify, so that'll be kind of new. Like, I've created a team, so I invited Unbounded, and if you guys, for instance, want to join it too, you can. For if you guys want to help fundraise for it for a weekend or whatever, let me know. But like, I felt like creating my own kind of thing behind it. I just felt it's gonna be. I felt it's gonna be a little bit more challenging for me, and it's just I like it. I like streaming for them and raising money for them. Finish Metal Gear Solid. I will put that on the table again. Finish probably Resident Evil 4. I will also finish that one. That's for sure. It'll
Put
probably
on the wheel.
put him on the wheel. Still use. I will maybe. I gotta figure out some new things with the wheel.
That should be the only two things on the wheel.
What? What should I play this week? Metal Gear or Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Until you finish them.
And how many spaces are on there?
I think 8. Probably more
So
than 8,
7?
but at least like 10 of them. Let's say 10.
So-
I don't. I'm not
So let's say
without counting.
10. 9 of them are Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
one
one
of
of
them is
them is
Resident Evil
Resident
4.
It's such a hard game. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty excited for this year and dive deep into fundraising for whales and dolphins and trying to. I like ocean stuff and saving the whales and dolphins. So, anyways, cool. Well, thanks everyone. Real quick, so I'm here again with KKR. You could find him on Twitch, and he's also on YouTube. Check him out. Appreciate him coming on. Also, check out now UnboundedMoo. Also on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and all those things. Beskar Snake as a co-host. Check him out as well on Twitter. And is it Smoking Ace on Twitter? And then everything's below the screen. So if you don't remember,
yes.
Smoking Ace, I think on Twitter, and then Beskar Snake everywhere. I think one of them hasn't officially changed yet, but I can't remember.
With Twitter, it's still Smoking Ace 007 because I haven't either taken the time to go in there or you can't do it. Or something. I don't know.
So check out at least Beskar Snake on Twitch, and check out these amazing people because they do amazing things for charity and all year round. And I really appreciate if you guys give them a follow because they spend once a year spending an hour of their life. Well, besides Beskar Snake, of their life on this podcast. And if anything, please give them a follow because that would make them a little bit joining us again next year. And I really appreciate.
We want them to come back.
Yeah. So at least I'd appreciate that. So, and then you could find this podcast on Spotify. Search Robot Attack, and on YouTube Scatterzone5. Yeah.
Hey, that's you.
That's me.
Look him up on Twitch too.
And yeah, don't do that. Follow these people, if anything, first, and then follow me. But really appreciate all of these 3 coming back again. I really appreciate it because it makes once a year, month of podcasting way easier for me and Beskar Snake. So, really, if you guys are listening or watching, please comment below what your game of the year is, what your goal is this year, whether it's gaming, life choices. Watch KKR, Beskar Snake, and UnboundedMoo more often. That's another great goal you could do. That's an easy one. Boom. I just gave you one for free. So,
all right, real quick before we go.
Yes.
KKR, this is questions coming to all of you, so you
pointed the
better
wrong
start
way,
thinking
by the
real
way.
fast. Well, wait, KKR, I don't know where he is on your screen. He's somewhere. KKR, if you were a final boss, what weapon would you have? And also, any final words for this year?
Oh my gosh, what a great question. If I was the final boss,
What would be your weapon of choice? Can be anything. Anything you want.
oh, jeez. I would probably. It's gonna sound weird. Cast iron pan.
I like it.
Frying
I
pan.
like it.
New.
Yeah.
I like it. Unbounded, final boss, what would be your weapon of choice?
Probably a magical staff.
Would it be like any magic, or would it be something specific?
Probably ice.
Ooh, solid choice. Scouter, final boss, what would be your weapon?
I want 20 different arms and 20 different legs. Or 20 feet tall. What was the one last year that I said, would you rather be 20 feet tall or 20 arms or something? I forgot what I want to do that. I want 20 arms.
Well, no, the one
10
last
foot
year, if I remember correctly, is the would you fight 100 duck-sized scouters?
That's right.
Or would you fight one scouter-sized duck?
I'll just have 20 million scouters, ducks. No, I'd say I always like to fantasize Sword and Shield, and I should probably pick up Baldur's Gate 3 eventually. But I like this classic Sword and Shield. I'm a classic guy. Beskar Snake.
Respect that. Did not think of this ahead of time, so this is really on the fly. So this was a terrible
A
idea.
lightsaber. I got it.
I mean,
You already
yeah,
have
why
one.
not? Anyway, I always at work have a saying of when in doubt, get a bigger hammer. So I'm thinking like a lightsaber hammer kind of thing. So there's a lot of force behind it, but also still has an energy aspect to it. And also I'd have my dog companion too. But yeah, no. So that'd be it. But yeah. Anyway, hey pup. Hi.
Dog distractions.
Thanks everyone
who
for
wouldn't be?
Yes. Thanks everyone for listening. Check out these guys. Really appreciate their time. Thanks for all. See you next year. Well, it's next month. Next year for these three, but maybe sooner. See you. Bye.
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 Everybody.